He always looked dapper. I always said he should have been a movie star. When I was 6 or 7, he used to come round and he'd say, "Oh, I've got a surprise for you in my pocket. Go and have a look." I went in to the cupboard at Mum's, and his coat was hanging up in the wardrobe, so I went in, my hand in the pocket. Just felt cold. It was empty.
Hey guys, I just want to talk to you real quick about that short film I just posted and how I got those colors. And literally, believe me or not, that was like a click of a button with less than 5 minutes. If you have a heavy workflow and you want to get things done quite fast, which is nowadays clients want their stuff kind of like the day before. They want it, you film today, but they want it yesterday. So we kind of have to find ways and means to speed up our workflow. And it's not, some might say it's cheating, but it's not. It's an aid. It's something to help your workflow faster. Because sometimes it could be very tedious sitting there trying to get the colors that you want. Sometimes I have the colors in my head and I just can't get it correct. So you need a foundation. So this is kind of like a foundation because you still have to make tweaks to it. So today I'm talking about a brilliant plugin by Dehancer. And that at the moment, you can use that with DaVinci Resolve, which I'm using it with at the moment. You can use it with Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and After Effects. Now, Dehancer did reach out to me and ask if I wanted to, you know, have a review or a play with the software, and I did agree to it. However, there was no money's being exchanged and they have no control of what I said. They did ask for a honest review and they basically left it up to me to tell you guys what I really thought about the program. And I'll bring up the email and tell you exactly what they say. It says, they're looking for a YouTuber that can produce video review or tutorial of Dehancer. They also went on to say the important thing and thought is that we are looking for an honest review as it helps us improve. They don't want to get involved in what you say. They want to improve the software from what I say or others might say. And I love that about them because it means that they're open to refining things or listen to the creators to make this so much better. Now that we've got that out of the way, I've got a film here. I'm not sure you can see it, but I'll pull it up on the screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I got the color grade that I got from the film I showed you in less than 5 minutes. And I was able to return that to the client that was very happy with it. They love the tonality, they love the grading, they love the mood because it creates that mood and drama. And I do love a grainy film. I know we're in that era, but I do like vintage, and I'm not sure if you do. And if you do, then this might just be for you. So I've already pulled the footage into my editing software, which is DaVinci Resolve, and I am going to show you how I've used this. Now, there's no wrong or right way how you use it, but I'm going to show you how I use it, and hopefully that can help you use this software. Now, before I get into how I've gone and processed this, I just want to mention a few things. For those of you who don't know what Dehancer is, it's a film like color grade plugin for your editing software. So you get the license in from their online website. I downloaded it, I installed it on the computer, and it automatically went into my DaVinci Resolve. I didn't have to do anything. And this is what I love about this. You don't have to go and add it manually. You literally download it, install it onto the computer, and it literally opens up itself into DaVinci Resolve. And if you're using DaVinci Resolve, if you go to the color page, it will put itself in the color in the library here where it says film emulations. It would just literally be here for you to pull up whenever you need it. Let me just jump in here real quick and mention this as well. You can actually download this from your app store as well. So you can jump into the App Store and download this app. And when you open the app, it's very, very easy and intuitive to use. You open the app, open the footage that you want to, you cycle through until you found a part of the app that you might want to, a part of the video that you might want to edit, and you just literally click the simulators until you found one that suits your needs. Once you found it, you can then go in and make extra tweaks to it if it's too much for your liking. So you can actually customize the already presets that are there already. Now, let's get back into the editing of this video and how I put this together. So the first thing I'd like to do when I bring a footage into DaVinci is I color correct it. Now this was shoot in Canon RAW, and I've already made some simple adjusters. Guys, if you're using Canon RAW or any kind of RAW, in default, the RAW is the sharpness is at 10, and you want to pull that right down because it just makes your film looks very, very unnatural. I don't touch none of these. I just, do this. And then when I go back to the color page, what I like to do is I add a few nodes, and then I like to color correct it by simply, using the pointer and maybe finding somewhere in here that I can sort of touch and just color correct and just make those little fine tweaks. So a lot of people might use color space transform. I don't use that because sometimes I find it could get a little bit tedious, and it can just not, it doesn't work for my style very often. So I try to stay away from it. Instead, I got a base lock for C log 2, and I literally just slapped that on there. This is all about speed, fast process. So once I've added the base lock, what I then go and do is then on the third node, I will drop the Dehancer on there. Now at default, it comes in as a Rec 709. And then you have all these other things you can go through and, just select them if you need them. Now if I'm being completely honest, I don't touch none of these stuff because they don't work for me. That the kind of style that I shoot, I don't need to click them on, but they're there for you. You can change a lot of things in here. You can check your licensing. You can change this from fast to slow. But the most important thing I want to show you is that where it says the film profile here, this is where you have tons of profiles to go through. Now, the profile I used in that video that I was showing you guys earlier is this one here, and it's called Agfa Color. Now, don't ask me why. I just preferred the look of it. I was going for more of a Kodak look, but I actually preferred the look of this. Now, it does look a bit washed out because he's still in the Rec 709 format. Now, you can change that, and here's how you do that. When you click on that, you get several different look. You can even choose your camera, and I never choose the camera because this was shot. Let me show you. It has Canon. This was shot on a Canon R5 Mark II, and it's not yet, at the time of this video, included in this software. There is the C70 which does C-Log 2, but I kind of didn't like the look. So instead of going to camera, and this is my way, you don't have to be that. I went to Cine Film Log, and then it gets me that really dark vibe that I'm going for, which is the great starting point for me. What I then do is I created another node, and then I start to make slight adjustments so I can bring it to my taste, bringing up the shadows, dropping that up. You can then go in and go back to here, and you can fine tune the grain. If the grain is too much for you, it says here film grain, I have it at 35mm thing, but you can go in and change the intensity of it. You can make it less, you can make it more. It just depends on the taste you're going for. And that's how I've used it. And as you can see, guys, it's literally a few clicks and you're ready. I don't use none of these stuff because, again, for this film, I didn't need to. But for future film, probably I might need to. But really, in speaking, I'm just using the plugin to grab the grade in that I like. And just to show you a few more other grades that you can pull up. You got Fuji, you got Kodak. The Kodak looks great, but you can go in and literally tweak. This looks really good for that kind of film. You can go in then and just make slight adjustments. Like you can warm it up if you wanted to. You can then go in and do things like skin tones and all of that stuff. Now, I really love this plugin and I am going to be using it for the foreseeable future. Why? Because this style of footage is the kind of stuff that I like to film when I'm doing short film. Now you can pick this up by typing Dehancer into your web browser and going to the website and going over to whichever one you chose. Now I've got the Pro version. You can choose just the film grain or the light, but I've got the Pro version. And when you go into pricing, at the moment it goes and it shows you all the different pricing you can have if you wanted to. And I think you kind of have to just know what's best for you, and then you can get that pricing. And I just wanted to just drop a little side note here. If you wanted to see how this film was put together, the lighting, in case you're wondering, this is a 2-light setup that I used to film this with some different elements in there, which I won't mention because this video, that's for another video. But if you wanted to know more about how I put this together, drop some comment in the comment section below and I will do a full video on the breakdown on how this film was put together. Now, this was a short and sweet one, and I do appreciate you guys coming over to view my channel. And if there's anything that you think I've missed, please drop it in the comment section. Dehancer, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to use this amazing plugin. I will be definitely using this plugin for the foreseeable future because it's exactly what I've been looking for to lessen my workflow. Now, I know what some of you are going to say, but these profiles are already in DaVinci, correct? But there's a lot more tweaking required. And although it's not a problem, we want speed. It's all about speed and accuracy. And I feel that Dehancer, and this is my honest opinion, is a very fast workflow. It doesn't slow your machine down, and you're not sitting there trying to figure out how to get things exactly the way you do it. You get a great starting point foundation wise. You get your camera options, which if they do have your camera on here, it's a win-win. Whereas the Kodak ones in the DaVinci, you have to do quite a bit of tweaking for them. I'm not knocking DaVinci. I love DaVinci. I've been using it from the day I started editing, and I absolutely adore it. But everything has its shortcomings. And for me, now having this Dehancer plugin, it's gonna speed up my workflow very, very much. And this is what we want. We want fast workflow with professional looking image. Thank you guys for coming over again. If there's anything I've missed, if anything that you love mostly about this plugin, please let me know in the comment section down below. Until the next video, peace. I'm out.